Now imagine you fall asleep while on your phone. You wake up and your battery is drained. With this application called zzzGuard, it basically lets you track certain applications when they are opened but with no activity for a while. The phone screen automatically gets locked. In the app, you can select your favorite applications like YouTube or your preferred reading application if you like reading. You can also leave it at global mode, which monitors all applications, and I recommend this one since you can fall asleep at any time on any application. You can also set a custom time the application should begin tracking. So instead of all the time, you can set tracking hours between 10 p.m. and 6 p.m. for example. So if you're caught sleeping on YouTube for example, the app will lock the phone screen after a duration of inactivity. It also runs a countdown before locking the phone. You can then tap "Yes, I am here" on the countdown pop-up. It feels like the smarter version of the regular screen timeout, especially since it gives you a prompt first instead of just shutting things down immediately. There's more adjustments like inactivity timeout, the lock countdown duration, and on top of that, everything works offline with no ads or tracking, which is always a good thing. Plus, it is lightweight. Now, this application isn't free to install, but the developer has been kind enough to provide 100 promo codes to share with you. So, as usual, follow my socials and also join my Telegram channel. I'll be posting some over there. You can also send me a DM on Instagram. Now, here is an application you can use to rename multiple files at a go. It is called Bulk File Renamer, and it is very simple to use. It focuses on batch actions, so instead of renaming files one by one, you can handle entire folders at once. You can fix messy file names, change text styles, or even include dates and file details. Very useful if you deal with a lot of photos or videos or even documents and need a quick and easy way to make them look uniform in the storage folders. The app runs fully offline, it doesn't rely on ads, and stays lightweight. On the free version, you get 150 files per day. You can also watch ads to unlock extra 25, or you can just upgrade to the premium version, which even unlocks more tools like image optimization, smart organization, metadata renaming, and background renaming without having to stay in the application always to get things done. Moving on, we have this application called Adaptive Volume, and the goal of this app is to make sure your phone's volume matches your surroundings without you constantly adjusting it. The app uses your phone's microphone to detect ambient noise and then raises or lowers the volume in real time. So if you move from a quiet room to a noisy street, your media or ringtone adjusts on its own. It runs in the background and doesn't need much input once it is set up, which makes it easy to leave it doing its thing. So if you're in a quiet place, you can see the current volume will be lower and it goes up when there is much noise around. The overall approach of this app is straightforward and the interface is clean. It is lightweight and works offline, and if it's too harsh, you can adjust the sensitivity, the volume range, and stuff like that. There is also voice detection feature which, when enabled, it lowers the volume when speech is detected. So with this app, you can find yourself in any environment and the volume will be perfect without you having to make adjustments manually. Now, another quick useful tool you can have on your phone is called Smart Urge. It's an open source application that brings a side panel experience and actually inspired by some of the cleaner OEM skins, but with a lot more control. So with a quick swipe from the edge of your screen, you get access to your favorite applications, shortcuts like screenshots, brightness, and volume controls. You can expand it to show all your applications with a search bar at the top, so you can open any application without having to go back to the home screen and then open the app drawer, especially if you are constantly jumping between applications. The panel itself looks polished with 4 different themes with blur and glass effects. You can customize everything as well, from how the panel looks and behaves, including gesture sensitivity, animation speed, icon styles, and even the trigger position. It's simple, it doesn't drain much battery for my usage, so feel free to check it out. To the next application, Screen Veil is another battery saving app you can have. It is actually one of the best black screen overlay applications you can find on the Play Store. So if you are consuming a video content but not really paying attention to the visuals, but you just need the audio, let's say a YouTube podcast or some sort of documentary, a music video or some sort, once the application is active, you tap once on the on-screen button and it brings a full black overlay on the screen with an always-on clock. You can also enable pure black mode, which takes away the clock, and you will be left with a total black screen while you enjoy whatever is running in the background. And if your phone has an AMOLED screen, this is a bonus for you. It helps save battery even if there's an activity running in the background. In the app, it is pretty simple, nothing complicated. You can adjust the button opacity, the size, and more. Okay, here is another set of simple Android applications for you to check out. Now, whether you access language translation through Gemini or a quick pop-up menu or whatever, Speak and Keep is another language translation application, and the goal here is to keep each translation so you can come back to it, instead of translating and it just goes away when you leave. It supports a large number of languages, and every translation you make gets saved automatically so you can go back to it later instead of looking it up again. And it also lets you bring a widget to the home screen, which displays the recent translations, and you can add up to 5 translations in a widget so you can keep learning and remembering new words or phrases from the home screen. You can mark words as learned, organize them in a personal dictionary, and even quiz yourself using the exact words you saved. It's also useful in real situations too, like when you forget a word mid-conversation or need a quick translation while chatting or traveling. A quick peek at the widget on the home screen and you are good to go. It's a pretty cool, useful application, so if you find it interesting and haven't subscribed to the channel yet, consider doing so. Then we have a simple game application called Don't Touch the Purple. It's a fast reflex game that gets straight to the point. You are given a small grid and one job to do. You have to tap all the colors or buttons to score, but avoid the purple button at all costs. It sounds easy, but the pace ramps up quickly, especially in the final seconds where everything starts flashing almost faster than you can react. And it's pretty easy to understand, but staying focused long enough to beat your high score is where the real challenge kicks in. The UI is gamey indeed. It leans into a bold neon look with sharp text and dark backgrounds, which makes everything stand out clearly while you are playing. There's also a pass and play mode if you want to challenge your friends on the same phone, along with local leaderboards to keep track of scores. Add in haptic feedback and responsive sound, every tap feels deliberate. It's a simple concept done right, perfect for quick sessions when you just want something to test your reaction speed, and it's free to install. Now to the next application. Habit, which is a smart app launcher, takes a different approach to your home screen by focusing on what you are likely to open next instead of showing a fixed set of applications. It works through a widget that updates throughout the day, bringing forward applications based on your app usage statistics. So it will display your most used applications, like apps you are likely to open soon, and there is no setup involved. Just place the widget and it starts learning your usage over time, gradually getting better at predicting the applications too. Plus, it refreshes and you can adjust the update frequency. It is minimal and can fit neatly alongside your current launcher. So if you love minimal setups, you can just throw a simple clock widget at the top here and you are good to go. Besides, it also saves you some time running through the app drawer to find apps. You can change icon pack, widget background transparency, icon size, and more. So if you want a cleaner home screen without losing quick access to your applications, this one does a pretty good job. Or if you need a universal app search tool, App Search is another lightweight launcher that lets you search and open applications almost instantly, cutting out the usual scrolling. You can pin your most used applications as favorites and hide the ones you never touch, keeping everything clean and easy to read. It supports shortcuts, fuzzy search, package name lookup, and even T9 input, so you don't have to type perfectly to find what you need. And it also comes with a search bar which you can place at the top or at the bottom. It focuses on speed too. You can trigger it from anywhere, whether you set it as your digital assistant, you use a widget, or add it to your quick settings. It has a pretty boring old UI, but still gets the job done, and you can still make some appearance adjustments like changing the icon pack, the window corner radius, adding a wallpaper, and you can also choose between grid or list for the app layout. It's completely free with no ads or unnecessary permissions. Now, I'm sure at this point you are tired of PDF tool applications often making my app list, but if you know me, you know I love minimal applications, and DailyTools joins the group. It brings a minimal style, keeps things simple by bringing essential PDF tools into a single offline web application. You can merge files, split pages, compress large documents, convert images to PDF, and even add password protection, all without needing to upload anything online. Everything runs locally in the browser, which means your files stay on your device and tasks finish quickly without waiting on the servers. And there is no setup, no accounts required. You just open it and get to work. And because it works offline, it is also reliable when your internet connection isn't even stronger. So if you deal with PDF applications often and care about privacy, DailyTools is an easy tool to keep bookmarked. Next, AppMint is an application that makes it easy to turn a URL or HTML web project into an Android application without touching any code. You just drop a URL, tweak a few settings like the app name, icon, and colors, and it builds an APK or AAB for you. It's mostly built around WebView, so your site keeps its original layout while being packaged like a regular application. So for small businesses, blogs, or simple projects, this is a quick way to get something on your phone or even process it to the Play Store. It also adds a layer of extra features on top of that basic idea. You can enable push notifications, ads, access things like file uploads or GPS, depending on what your site needs. There are options to package offline content, documents, or even media into a standalone application, which makes it more flexible than a basic converter. With that said, it still depends heavily on how your website is built, since performance and experience will reflect that. So if you just want a fast, low-effort way to turn a web project into an application, try out this one. Now, here is an application I've recently loved using. It is called Calculator Smart Tools, which aims to replace the need for multiple small utilities. And of course, there are other multifunctional calculator applications out there, but most of them just have unit converter and age calculators as additional features. This one comes with those ones too, plus other useful ones. At its core, you still get a standard calculator, but it quickly expands into things like BMI, age tracking, and percentage calculations, or if you want to split a bill, check a discount, or do quick conversions without needing to search for separate tools each time. You've even got finance-focused options like EMI, GST, and investment calculators, along with travel tools for estimating fuel costs and trip expenses. The UI is pretty neat and well laid out, and if you want flashy, well, check out these bunch of themes it comes with. The fact that it works offline is a big plus, and it stays lightweight enough to run without slowing things down. So that's it, some incredible Android applications which I thought was worthy of showcasing, so let me know which one of them you like the most. Don't forget to leave a like, consider subscribing to the channel, and as always, thank you for watching.